So you guys went quiet, and you're building. You took some time to de-stress. What were you working on as you were in the quiet building there?
Yeah. So we've been working on a number of things, some of which we've been a little bit public about, some of which have been in the background. Um, Obviously, one of the major things we've been working on is bug fixes. So there was a lot of things that were um, uh, not major priority because they don't really impact a lot of people, but that were kind of we've been simmering on in the background. Things like when we launched, if you searched WMT, you wouldn't find the WMT token because their token name is actually World Mobile Token. And so we had to kind of enhance our search, and so we fixed that recently. And kind of a bunch of other little things. There's still plenty more. Um, and then so we've been fixing bugs in the background. Um, Another thing that we've been working on is yield farming, right? So because we planned to do the taste test, at first we didn't plan to do yield farming, kind of leading up to launch. And so it's something that we pivoted to and that we had to build very quickly. And there have been a lot of like corner cases in terms of like handling rollbacks and handling, people with kind of a complex set of portfolio positions and all kinds of things like that to build out our yield farming. We actually launched a really cool kind of second iteration of yield farming recently, where it used to be that we would pay out your rewards kind of between 12 hours and 7 days after you harvested them. And we were actually paying for that out of pocket. So we sent 1.65 ADA to everybody who harvested their yield farms, and it was getting quite expensive. I mean, we did that because we had to have a solution in place to pay people out. But we just recently kind of
that could add up
cracked the
very
nut.
quickly.
Yeah. But we're I'm really big on kind of it was a commitment that we had made that you'll be earning kind of Sunday, and so it was important to us that even if it was expensive to us, we kind of met that obligation. But the version we launched recently now claims your rewards instantly, and so we actually sign the transaction ourselves and then send it down to the browser so you can sign it with your wallet. So it has two signatures on it, so we can have multiple inputs. This is a really great example of the advantages of Cardano.
So do you just take the
and
1
UTXO model.
the ADA you need with that signature as well? So you take the 1 ADA that you need for the UTXO, and then you guys have already signed it, so then you can just claim it, get your money back.
Yeah, and so we have like the Sundae plus the 1.65 ADA coming in, plus your yield farm position coming in. And then on the outputs, we just send the 1.65 ADA back to ourselves and the Sundae to you. So it's this like really elegant kind of cross thing. And so it allows us, now we're not kind of taking this big hit for running yield farming. We're working on improvements even further. We just brought online multi-token. So now there are some pools there that you can earn a token other than Sundae. So WMT is running a program, and Clap, which is Cardashift, is running a yield farming program for their own token. So we've been building that out. That's what we've been kind of public about, is the bug fixes and the yield farming. Behind the scenes, we've been working on three main things. First, we've been rebuilding our UI. And so I sent you over a screenshot earlier. Maybe you can share it on screen now. That gives you a kind of taste of the new kind of rebrand, restyling of the UI. But it's not just like a reskinning. We're really focusing on looking at where have people been getting confused, what have they actually been using the DEX for, and how can we best empower that. So the whole UI is going to be redesigned with that in mind, and it has a lot of really cool features that really empower our users who use the DEX. That's one big thing that we've been working on. The second big thing is we've been working on governance. So in the long term, our governance will be powered by Liquid's Agora governance protocol. That'll be for big on-chain votes. But what we started to realize is not like from our experience of running the ISO vote, it can be very expensive and chaotic to run an on-chain vote. And so what we realized is not every vote kind of rises to that threshold of needing a fully on-chain vote. And so what we're doing is we're building essentially a custom layer 2 governance solution that will allow people to cast votes for free, but still backed by the signature of their wallet and still kind of structured in a way with just enough data published on chain by us to kind of make the whole governance vote auditable. And so we've been working on that in the background, and it's getting pretty close. And we have some exciting votes that we want to conduct once we launch that. Part of the reason we can't release big new features or make really substantial changes to the protocol is because like Sundae Swap protocol is not ours. It's your guys's. Everybody who's holding the Sundae token and girls's.
Girls's.
And so really we need your permission to make big changes, right? We're just kind of stewards of the protocol. Right now we have some form of governance through our discourse that allows us to make small changes, like bringing on new yield farm partners. But we don't really feel comfortable like making any large changes until we can get like follow through on our commitment of, yes, your Sundae token is a voting token. So pretty soon we'll be launching that and we'll be able to conduct our first vote. And that'll be really exciting. And then we've also been working on what does Sundae Swap v2 and in particular Sundae Swap layer 2 look like? So we've been building out prototyping and researching different ways that we could implement a scalability solution on top of Cardano, a layer 2 solution. We were looking at Hydra, we're looking at a couple other things. And we've been building that out and kind of, in the same way that we did a bunch of research and a bunch of proof of concepting for the to settle on the Scooper model, we're really looking at that for layer 2. And so we're building a scalability solution for Sundae Swap and potentially other protocols.
That's really exciting. I'm looking forward to, seeing, layer 2 on Cardano. Are you guys going to be working with, any layer 2 protocols that are already building right now? For example, Orbis, I actually had him on the podcast. They're building a layer 2 on Cardano with ZK rollups. Are you guys really trying to build your own layer 2 or are you trying to work with layer 2s already building on Cardano?
So right now, the most promising avenue looks to be, I don't want to give too much away, but it looks to be basically an augmented Hydra. So we're looking at Hydra. It doesn't quite fit the needs of a DEX because it's really for party-to-party settlement, and a DEX, has tens of thousands of people using it. But we think that we can augment Hydra. So it's not fully custom. It's not we're building it from scratch, but we think it fits that mold really well. Granted, we're still pretty early in the process, and we whatever solution we settle on is going to have to go through a full audit and things like that. So that might change, but that's what we're looking at right now. The Orbis stuff sounds really exciting, but we're just not confident on kind of the timeline that that the timelines will line up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Orbis Twitter, the description is when it's ready. So I don't think the timelines really
Valve
match
time
up there. Yeah, exactly. Valve time.